Here is something that is critically important, and you can do something about it. There is a tug of war between good and evil that has really broken out in England. A desperately ill 2-year-old girl in England. The doctors want to pull the plug on her. Now, here is the difference between this and Charlie Gard. Remember, Charlie Gard was the state eventually pulled all life support, even though Charlie Gard had a place to go. But Charlie Gard's parents were English. Not the case with the 2-year-old girl in England. This is an American dad who has citizenship in America and in Israel. And he was living in England, but he still holds an American passport. When his daughter was born 2 years ago, she was born and she was not responding to anything. They kept up CPR and then put her on a what did Obama call him? A breathalyzer,
an inhalator.
Mm-hmm. It's a ventilator. Mm-hmm. So she's been on a ventilator for her entire life, and she had lack of oxygen. So she's not responding, et cetera, et cetera. She can't maintain a core body temperature. She can't blink. She has no conscious awareness, yada, yada, yada. The dad says there are hospitals in America and in Israel that want to try new things on his daughter. She has a chance, according to doctors here in America and in Israel. And the dad is saying, I know what you're saying, but, no offense, England, but your hospital care is not up to the standards of America or Israel because you're not on the cutting edge anymore because of your socialist health care. And he's not saying this to, be, a troublemaker or to make a political point. He's just telling the truth. And he says there's no reason to kill my daughter. He said, quote, "There's lots of places around the world where I can take care of my daughter, and we'd be happy to take care of her for long term." He said, "Just let me and my daughter go." The judge said, the doctors don't think she has any quality of life. Well, who are you to say that? The doctors say? The doctors say she has no quality of life. So she said, it's not the parent, it's the patient. And she has to look out for the patient. And so she wants to stop all life support. Here's where it gets interesting. Not only is a hospital here in America willing to take her, but also in Israel. And here's why this is important. He has an Israeli passport. He's an Israeli and American citizen. He is Hasidic. So he has deeply held Orthodox views. And he says value of life is built into our religious upbringing. Orthodox Judaism encourages the continuation of life until all means have expired and are exhausted. So don't tell me about your meaning of life. This is my religious point of view. The judge is still not moving. Now, there's been a couple of Democrats that have taken this on and have written letters. There's a line of Republicans that have already taken this on. They're waiting for the White House. They can't get the White House to react to this. And I honestly don't know if Joe Biden is even aware enough. And I honestly don't think that the people in the White House believe in religion. I don't know if they believe in the quality of life argument, that all life is inherently valuable, that we have to do whatever we can do. I don't know what they believe. I wish I did. I wish I knew who was actually running the White House. But this is something that you can call your senator on, call the White House on. This is an American citizen. American citizen. And they desperately, desperately need your help. And this is something that goes to Republicans and Democrats. Chuck Schumer is actually involved. He's trying to get the family reunited here. This is something, you know, there's only a few things left that can unite us. And I think we're seeing that with CRT. Our children. Our children can bring us back together. Because we're all the same. You know, I hear about these, I hear about the struggle between the Palestinians and Israelis. Well, I've been there several times, and I've talked to Palestinians several times on their grounds. And when you meet somebody who is not just screaming for blood, which is a lot of people are not screaming for blood, they say the same thing. It's the politics of the region. It's the politics. I just want a job. I just want to feed my family. I just want to get on with my life. That is the same thing I hear from Israelis. They don't mind. Oh, Palestinians are living here. They don't. I mean, they let Palestinians live. They take care of Palestinians. They have full citizenship. What is the problem? Usually it's politics. We all have the same thing in common, our children. And if we lose any more of the value of life, if we begin to lose it on the edges, here's a child that is already born. This is not some other country. This is, you take your child and you're over in Europe and you take your child over there and they put them in a hospital. You check them in because they need a hospital. And then that hospital says, yeah, we're not going to let you take them because they have no quality of life. Excuse me? What does your passport even mean? What does your passport even mean? More importantly, what does "this is my child" even mean? It means nothing. If they can get away with saying, I'm sorry, we treat the patient, not the parent. And the parent says, wait a minute, how many steps is it to you going into a hospital and you being told you have no quality of life? And you are saying, well, no, I do. This is where it started in Germany. This is exactly how it started. This is remember the Holocaust. This is never again. Not once they're already there, but at the beginning where you can grab the roots and pull it out. This is the beginning of that. Alta. Alta is this daughter's name. Alta Fixsler. Fixsler. Alta Fixsler. Call your church, call your prayer group, call your senators, call the White House. Alta Fixsler. Bring her home.